morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelley's Creative Dream Studios. And this is day 7 of the 7 Days Summer Digi 2021 with Dearjuliejulie and Kara Brandon Creations. And it's another beautiful rainy day in the Ozarks. I woke up to torrential rain this morning. I had just under an inch of rain all day yesterday. I woke up this morning to just over 2 inches in the rain gauge, so it must have rained all night. At this rate, I don't think the garden is ever going to get planted because everything is going to drown. Okay, on to today's toys. As I said, this is the last day of the 7-day collaboration. Almost. I'm going to take tomorrow off to finish putting the folio together, and then Friday for Friday Freebie, we'll have a flip through. So here's what I was working with today. This is Dearjulie's. We have 2 large tags, 3 journaling cards, and these are just a little smaller than a Project Life card. And then here's Kara's, closer to the size of a Project Life, and then just a little bit bigger actually. And some little bitty pieces here to play with. Now I have not used all of the items in today's kit. I'm going to go back and add. What I do is I've been keeping everything in a daily envelope, and I will go back as I put the folio together and add stuff. So that is where we are at today. Here is what I came up with. This uses the big tag from Julie. Where did I just lay that piece of paper? Yeah, it's an interesting. I used this tag from Julie, and I cut everything out and just used a tuck. And I had a second print of this, so I cut out a second butterfly so that I could give him dimension. And I used these. I love using the black ones for the bodies on my butterflies. And I finally found these at Dollar Tree this week. And I made it so it was a tuck. I added a fabric ruffle, bringing in that fabric that I've been using throughout the project. God, I can't even talk this morning. Went over my berries and my leaves with a little wing Costella, as well as the butterfly wings. And then I had this in my note stash, and it's like a to-do list for the week. And I tore one of those sheets out, scored it between Tuesday and Wednesday and between Thursday, Friday, and did an accordion fold. So it'll fold out like this, and it went into my tuck right there. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do with this one. Then I took the card from Kara, the lemon. I cut out this lemon, and I had a notepad that I got at Dollar Tree that had this lemonade jar on it, and I used this. And I had this gluing last night, so let's see if we can slide that out. And this became, I took the little piece of the lemon here, glued it to cardstock for stability, did the same thing with the lemon jar, and this became a matchbook note flip with those lemonade notepads on them. And then this was one of the little words from Kara's sheet. And I just put lemonade on there, and there's a tuck matchbook. Then I have this one from Julie, and again, because I had 2 copies of this, I cut out the basket and overlaid it so that when you open this up, you still have the full handle. And I took a 5 of clubs, because notice she has a 5 of clubs tucked here. I took a second set of the grapes and cut those out so that they provided a tuck here. Shortened the 5 of club cards to tuck in there, and it tucks down in that pocket just like that, and that will fold up for another flip down. And if I don't get too carried away, the card will actually stay in place. So that goes there. I haven't decided quite what I'm going to do with these yet. And I also found these in my stash when I went looking for the note paper. So I will use these somewhere within the journal. And let's see, my paper clip I used again from Kara's with the recipe, and I cut it in half so that I have the recipe for the strawberry sponge cake on the back, and then added the lace and my hole punch for my number 7. And I found a little bit of red gingham. I felt it needed just a little bit more punch of color, so I put a little bit of the red gingham underneath the number on this paper clip. There we go. And it'll sit right on there. Okay, and then I had this one, and this was my envelope pocket. I backed the envelope with some of that background paper from Tiny Houses, made it to where there is a full pocket in the top, and I can either glue it flat and use this part for a tuck, like this. I can go here, but then I also, in this, I cut this off of Julie's. The bottom part from where I had cut the berries off, I cut just the strawberries out and come across the bottom and laid it across here. And so that provided another tuck that could go in there, and I tucked her kind of at an angle so that she shows through. The strawberry tart recipe goes in there, and then I've got the other pockets. And then these will come back and get added in as I continue to play with this journal. So, we have the pocket, we have the paper clip. We have the flip down with a tuck. Oh, and I did put paper on the back of the card so that it's actually a journaling card. So we have that. Get that to tuck down in there so that I can fold that up. Oops. Okay, it's not going. We have the matchbook notepad. And we have this larger tuck spot with this. Let's see if I've got everything in frame here. I think I do. Pretty close. I'll lay the paper clip there. And there we go. So that is my day 7 of the hashtag 7 Days Summer Digi 2021 with Dearjuliejulie and Kara Brandon. And I will be back here on Friday to show you how this folio all came together and do a flip through for Finish It Friday. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And creative blessings.